Chicagoland, this is Monster Jam!
Rosemont, this is JCB Racing. 8 drivers have been randomly seeded into the bracket. Now the drivers are going to be going head to head, but only one driver can come out on top. Oh boy, it's going to be a close one. Come on, Chicagoland. You ready for JCB Racing? Let me hear ya. Let's get it.
Up first in the left lane, make some noise for Michaela Telichka in Megalodon. Taking on her opponent in the right lane, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Our prehistoric beast faces off with one of the best racers here. Only one will move on to the semifinals. Let's go green! Your winner is John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Once again, your winner of that last race was John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Next matchup pulls to the line. Make some noise for John Zimmer in Uproar. Taking on his opponent in the right lane, Cynthia Gauthier in Lucas Stabilizer. Yesterday, Lucas Stabilizer, Cynthia Gauthier advanced on to the semifinals. Unable to make it to that final round. We know she's come with a vengeance up against the Monster Jam veteran. Let's go green! Looks like a race too close to call. We've got our Monster Jam officials reviewing that footage on the replay. Check it out on the Super Glue glued to the action. We're trying to see which 2 BKT tires did cross that finish line first. By a few inches alone, your winner, John Zimmer in Uproar. Once again, your winner of that last race, John Zimmer in Uproar. Next matchup pulled to the line. Make some noise for Brandon Telichka in Living on the Edge. Taking on his opponent in the right lane, Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. Off the track, these 2 competitors are fast friends, but right now only one of them will be the fastest. They pull to the line as legendary truck faces off with his good friend. Let's go green! Your winner is Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. Once again, advancing on, Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. Next up in the left lane, make some noise for Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit. Here on the track for the very first time, make some noise for Armando Castro in El Toro Loco. Armando Castro in El Toro Loco takes the track for the very first time as his technicians got his Monster Jam truck ready to go for this race. It all comes down to this moment as only one of these drivers will advance on to the semifinal round to see who will face off of John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. It can only be one. Let's go green! A race too close to call, and it all comes down to this, the final matchup here in racing round 1 of the JCB racing competition. I am getting word from our officials. Advancing on, Armando Castro in El Toro Loco.
Monster Jam fans, this is the semifinal round of JCB Racing. The fastest 4 drivers have made it to this round, but only 2 can make it to the final round. Let me hear you if you're ready for more JCB Racing. Yeah!
Make some noise for John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. Taking on his opponent Armando Castro in El Toro Loco. These two fierce competitors battle it out the second time in the semifinals this weekend for El Toro Loco. John Zimmer Jr. determined to back up his racing stats here. Only one will move on. Let's go green! Monster Jam fans, advancing on is El Toro Loco. Monster Jam fans, advancing on, John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. Next up, the final pair of the semifinals is ready to pull to the line. Make some noise for Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. Up against his opponent, longtime Monster Jam veteran, John Zimmer in Uproar. Will this final round be a battle of son and father? Right now, pulled to the line in this matchup, we've got Weston Anderson for Team Gravedigger, John Zimmer, former Gravedigger driver, ready to battle out for Team Uproar. These two legends take to the line. Will it be experience or will it be blood out here on the track? JCB Racing, only one can advance on. Let's go green! A race too close to call. We've got our Monster Jam officials reviewing that footage on our replay. Take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay up on the video board. Within inches, these tires come to that finish line. A close call. But I am getting word, your winner, Weston Anderson in Gravedigger.
This is the final round of JCB Racing. Our fastest two drivers have made it to this round, but only one driver can come out on top. Oh boy, it's going to be a close one. Who's ready to meet your final contenders?
He's your 2025 Arena Championship Series Central Champion, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. He battles it out against the 2025 Arena Championship Series West Champion, Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. Two series champions battling it out here, all for those 8 points at the end of that finish line. 24 JCB Racing wins for Terminal Velocity and 37 for Gravedigger so far this year. But it all comes down to this. Let's go green! Your winner, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity takes his 25th racing win of the year. Racing win number 25 right here in the Allstate Arena for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. He's also claimed the first 8 points to be his own and secured that first place spot on the leaderboard. Allstate Arena, make some noise for your very first competition winner, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Second generation driver proves here on the track he's got the fastest truck out there. Snagging those 8 points absolutely puts a target on his back here in the competition for the rest of the competitors. But we get to hear from the winner himself. One more time, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity.
Congratulations, just like that, you grabbed the first 8 points here, and of course, you're one of the youngest drivers out here, but that does not matter to you. You can't tell behind the wheel. It seems like you've been doing this since you initially just opened your eyes.
Yes, definitely. It's a lot of fun out here, honing in these skills out here on this track. This track has changed so much from last night's event. I was out here on ice skates. This is probably the slickest dirt condition I've had all year, but man, I love it when I get on slick dirt. That means my truck won't roll over turning, and I can push that thing to its limits.
And that's something that we weren't necessarily expecting. I was telling fans how the dirt is constantly changing. How do you take that into consideration for the next competition?
Definitely got to go into this next competition, which is two-wheel. Going to have to hit these two-wheel obstacles a little bit harder than normal to get the truck to come up onto its nose. But, man, I know one thing for certain. It's going to get wild and it's going to get crazy, and that's what you fans love to see. So, Rosemont, we are just getting started. You guys want to see some more?
Give it up one more time for your JCB Racing winner, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity.
Take a look at the BKT overall event leaderboard as John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity secures his first place spot with that total of 8 points. Now you can see exactly how the points accumulate here with Weston Anderson in Gravedigger taking that second place spot. But check this out because we've actually got a two-way tie for third place between El Toro Loco and Uproar and a four-way tie for fifth place. That's Ringling, Bailey Circuit, Living on the Edge, Lucas Stabilizer, and Megalodon. Those four drivers are going to really have to deliver here if they want to shake up that leaderboard coming up soon in the two-wheel skills competition. You'll be the judges coming up, so get those smartphones ready as our driver's destiny is in your hands.
Monster Jam fans having so much fun here in the stands, and we're not done just yet. I have Leland with me. He's so brave. I got a chance for you guys to win something cool. How about some backstage passes to meet all the Monster Jam truck drivers? How's that sound?
Yeah, it
Sounds good? All right. Well, we're going to play mini jams. Let's see the drivers that we have. We have El Toro Loco, Gravedigger, and Megalodon. Leland, which one are you going for?
Gravedigger.
He's going for Gravedigger. Let's see who wins mini jams. Let the races begin. It's a close one. Oh, Megalodon. Does Gravedigger have it? Yeah. Awesome, dude. 4 backstage passes to go meet all the Monster Jam truck drivers. It is for you and your whole family. I hope you enjoy. Yeah. All right, guys, if you guys want to go back behind the scenes and meet your favorite Monster Jam truck drivers, check out Keaton. She's going to tell you how.
Monster Jam fans, take a look at that video board. Take your phone out, scan that QR code, and you too could go to the meet and greet. But make sure you do that now because we do have limited spaces. We don't have room for everybody. So if you want to go to the post-show meet and greet, take out your smartphone right now, scan that QR code, and get your tickets to meet our Monster Jam superstars after the event. It is time for the second competition of our event here today, and that is the two-wheel skills competition. In this competition, we'll get to see each driver have their chance at the 2 attempts to pull off the craziest, most impressive maneuver out on the track. And it's going to be up to you to use your smartphones at judgeszone.com to submit your scores. I mean, Jabari, these fans have a big responsibility here. You think they can handle it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, Monster Jam is completely unscripted. That means you, the fans, it's going to be up to you to decide the overall event champion. I'm going to show you guys how to do that right now. Everybody take out your cell phones, go to your browsers on your cell phones, and head to judgeszone.com. Judgeszone.com on your cell phone browser. We also have the QR code. You can scan that. That will take you to judgeszone.com. All right, your city code is CHI. CHI for your city code on judgeszone.com. All right. Got that pulled up. Now here's where all the magic happens. You see that BKT tire? This is going to be very useful when either myself or Keaton will let you know scoring is open, all right? 20 seconds to lock in those scores by sliding that BKT tire into the green to score the highest or down into the red to score low. And then we will decide who wins that competition. Now we have an expert judge as well. Their score is going to make up the other 50%. Yours is going to make up another 50%. So that's how we're going to combine those scores. Judgeszone.com. Let's get it pulled up. You ready for more Monster Jam, Rosemont? Yeah.
This competitor is ready to take a bite out of the competition. Make some noise for Michaela Telichka in Megalodon.
Let's hear it for Michaela Telichka, Megalodon. All right, scoring is open to Rosemont, 20 seconds, judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores.
A great way to start the two-wheel skills competition. Michaela Telichka comes out here on a mission. Check it out on the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. You can see there 2 successful maneuvers, but that maneuver right there, that cost her a broken front axle. So we did see a little bit of damage there, but sometimes that game of risk and reward is worth it. Michaela Telichka here for Team Megalodon, looking to find out if that was enough right now. A tough job to start off that competition. But we've got your scores officially locked in here at judgeszone.com. Let's check it out. The score is a 7.107. That is your score to beat. Now Michaela Telichka here in Megalodon, a fantastic start to the competition, but I want you guys to keep in mind this criteria. She did a fantastic job. She's able to pull off 2 successful maneuvers, but we want to see a combination. We might want to see some stoppies, poppers, moonwalks, and so much more. Like I said, we saw Michaela Telichka do it out here on the track. She got 2 successful maneuvers in, but sometimes going first in the lineup to hold that score can be a big challenge. We'll see if she can hang on till the end.
What is happening? I'm hanging out here with Cade and his parents, and we're going to have some fun here. We're going to play a little trivia, okay? So if you get this trivia question right, I have a nice gift certificate for you and your family. Let's see what Monster Jam truck driver we have on the Monster Jam video board.
Is it A, a goldfish, B, a pickup truck, C, an elephant, or D, a cruise ship? If you know the answer, let me hear it.
All right, how much that thing weigh?
I'm going C.
Going with C, you think, huh?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, okay, let's see here. It definitely isn't a goldfish. Got it right. See, I got a $50 gift certificate to Texas Roadhouse Steakhouse. This is for you and your family. Everybody here also gets to take home some Texas Roadhouse. Keaton has more info on that.
Monster Jam fans, if you're in the mood for hearty hand-cut steak and tasty made-from-scratch sides, head down to Texas Roadhouse for legendary food and legendary service. Download the Texas Roadhouse mobile app to join the wait list, and be sure to scan that QR code tonight for a free appetizer. We're ready to get back to the action. Make some noise for your next competitor, Cynthia Gauthier Lucas Stabilizer.
Let's hear it for Cynthia Gauthier Lucas Stabilizer. 20 seconds on the clock. Lock in those scores. Judgeszone.com.
Check that out on the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. Cynthia Gauthier fearlessly launches that 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck up off that obstacle. We see her get major air, and you really see the control when she's able to recover from that, turn around, and head into that second maneuver. Again, a tough job for the competitors, I think, early on in the pack. The pressure is a bit more, so we'll see if it was enough. You guys have your score submitted in. Let's check it out. The score for Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer is a 5.652. That's good enough for second place. Next to the track, make some noise for Brandon Telichka, living on the edge.
Let's hear for Brandon Telichka. While scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores for Living on the Edge.
Chicagoland, Brandon Telichka absolutely showing off his best moves here in the two-wheel skills competition, pulling off the hardest Monster Jam move there is, the bicycle onto a sidewall, onto all four BKT tires. The energy is electric, and man, I hope your scores reflect that. We've got those scores officially locked in for Brandon Telichka in Living on the Edge. Let's check it out. The score for Brandon Telichka and Living on the Edge is Chicagoland at 9.066. We have a new leader. Next to the track, we're going to change that score. Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit.
Let's hear for Brianna Mahan, Ringling Bailey Circuit. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Lock in those scores, Chicagoland.
Brianna Mahan and Ringling Bailey Circuit. Check it out in the Super Glued to the Action replay. You can see her first attempt there. Real exciting, up on two BKT tires. Moves it and is able to save it. Getting that little action there, showing her major control over that truck. In her second attempt there, we do see that track just disagreeing with that Monster Jam truck. Maybe a little more force needed, but hey, that one maneuver, it might be enough. The score for Brianna Mahan and Ringling Bailey Circuit is a solid score of 5.895 right now. That is good enough for third place. Next to the track, make some noise for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Chicagoland, he's still got one attempt remaining.
Let's hear for John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores.
John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity's tasted victory with the JCB Racing win. Comes out here in the two-wheel skills competition. You see him string together multiple maneuvers. He's making some major combos, not only for one, but both of his attempts here. And at one point, he's up on one BKT tire. This is the two-wheel skills challenge. Somebody needs to tell John Zimmer Jr. one BKT tire, and we've officially got those scores locked in. That current score to beat right now is held by Brandon Telichka in Living on the Edge. He's got a score of a 9.066. The score for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity is a 9.234. We have a new leader. Next competitor to the track, make some noise for Weston Anderson in Gravedigger.
Let's hear for Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. 20 seconds on the clock. Judgeszone.com. Lock in those scores.
Weston Anderson in Gravedigger knew he had to do something big. He had to come to this track and deliver. Monster Jam fans, check it out on the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. One BKT tire up on the pod. 1,500 horsepower, 12,000 pounds, balancing all on one BKT tire. Then, if that successful combo wasn't enough for his second maneuver, goes in to pull off a bicycle, of course with a little Weston Anderson flair. Check it out as he lands that onto one tire, almost makes that recovery. But we've seen it before where the winner doesn't have to end up on 4 BKT tires. We've got that score locked in. Let's check it out. The score for Weston Anderson in Gravedigger is a solid score, an 8.118. That right now is good enough for third place.
Monster Jam fans, back here in the pits, and you saw it already, Megalodon's Michaela Telechka back here to give me more of an insight. Of course, right now, your family, your team, working on your Monster Jam truck. Take us through what happened and what we're working on here.
Yeah, unfortunately, the inner axle broke, so when I did my popper and came back down, I landed on the brakes, which then ended up twisting the inside when it didn't want to twist. So I got the whole family back here, and we'll get you back for freestyle.
And we're looking hit the track in freestyle. When you get a brand new part like this that's going to be put in, do you think that that's going to change the way that you attack the track?
I'm used to everything working perfectly, so once it's all fixed and it's back to better, it's going to work perfectly, and I'm ready to run harder than it was before.
Well, good luck in the next competition. Thank you for your insight. Monster Jam fans, make some noise, show some love. Michaela Telechka in Megalodon.
He took the win in this competition yesterday. Make some noise for Armando Castro in El Toro Loco. Monster Jam fans, it looks like El Toro Loco Armando Castro did lose power, but sounds like he might be able to refire. We're going to see if he's able to refire enough to be able to pull off that second maneuver. Wheels are turning, and it looks like a good sign. Allstate Arena, he's on to his second maneuver.
Let's hear it for Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. Scoring is open. Rosemont, 20 seconds. Lock in those scores now.
You see Armando Castro in El Toro Loco pull off that first maneuver there, and then check it out on the super glue. Glued to the action replay, we see him pull off a fantastic attempt here up on 2 BKT tires, master control. But looks like when he did lose power, he made that smart decision on what he needed to do for that second attempt. He's still got freestyle to go. This is a smart driver considering the health of that Monster Jam truck within that maneuver, but also he's gunning for that top score. I know this competitor, he's giving us the sign of that broken signal. Something's up with El Toro Loco, but we'll get the scoop on that later. We've got your scores locked in. Let's check it out. The score for Armando Castro in El Toro Loco is... it's a 6.170, which right now is good enough for 5th place.
Monster Jam fans, we are having so much fun here in the stands. We're going to play something called Name That Truck. They need your help into naming this truck that we're about to put up. Let's go ahead and see what we have. Shout it out if you think you know which truck it is. One more time.
El Toro Loco!
Is it El Toro Loco? Woo! Sure is. El Toro Loco. That's what we call Name That Truck.
A winner in the stands, but of course we all look to the leaderboard as we are only one truck away from crowning the winner of our two-wheel skills competition. You can see John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity does secure that first place spot. A crazy run full of plenty of combinations with that high score of a 9.234. Now remember, the other drivers in second and third and following along that list do accumulate points as well. So potentially getting those 7 points could be Brandon Telechka and Living on the Edge. advantage. We sometimes see those drivers who stay consistent rise to the top. Currently, Weston Anderson there in that third place spot for Team Gravedigger. Megalodon, Michaela Tulichka holds on to fourth place. El Toro Loco, Armando Castro currently in fifth. We're going to hear more about what's going on with his truck, more from our pit reporter, Lindsay Noble, later. But as I said, all these points are accumulated to add up to that overall event champion. You can see that BKT overall event leaderboard right now. Terminal Velocity, John Zimmer Jr. looking fantastic on his way for a clean event. Not only winning the JCB racing competition, but potentially one truck away from winning the two-wheel skills competition. Weston Anderson in Gravedigger finds himself in second. You can see with the total of 7 points. But then we get a two-way tie for third place between El Toro Loco and Uproar. Uproar being the last truck to go in the competition. He'll have to come out here and deliver a mean two-wheel run if he wants to break out of that two-way tie for third place. You still see we've got 3 competitors there tied for fifth. Living on the Edge, Lucas Stabilizer, and Megalodon.
I'm here with Davion right now. We're going to play something really cool because he's celebrating a birthday. We are going to play the St. Jude Helmet Shuffle. So you guys help him out. Try to get the right answer. Let's put it up and see what we got. We got a trophy. We're going to put it in the middle. Keep your eye on the trophy. All right? Here we go. Not yet. Almost there. Okay, shout it out if you think you know the right answer. Everybody's saying 1 over here. It's almost like the price is right.
What number? 1.
He's going to go with 1. Is he right? Let's see. Let's unveil the first one and see if we got it right. He's being shy right now. It is under number 1. How cool is that? Round of applause for our friend here. Celebrating his birthday. Let's get back to more Monster Jam.
One final truck ready to hit the track. Let's hear it for John Zimmer in Uproar.
Let's hear for John Zimmer Sr. Uproar. Scoring is open. JudgesZone.com. Let's lock in those scores.
John Zimmer in Uproar hits the track. It is a father versus son as it comes down to the final truck in the two-wheel skills competition. You can see the track even fighting after just 7 competitors have competed out on that pod. You can see the dirt conditions even changing, but a veteran of the sport like John Zimmer has no problem navigating that track. And we're just seconds away from having your official scores locked in for that final truck. Let's check it out. The score for John Zimmer in Uproar is... Monster Jam fans, that means your winner of the two-wheel skills competition is John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity makes this number 40. He has won 40 two-wheel skills competitions so far here this year. You helped crown him as your champion. Give it up, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity.
And already now you're halfway to a perfect event as you grab 8 points here in the skills competition. We were just up on the pod talking about that technique. We talk about the fact that you are such a young driver in the sport, but that technique comes from planning, it comes from precision, and it comes from a lot of concentration. What are all the things you're focusing on for a move like that?
I'm definitely just keeping my head clear and focusing on the basics. That's really all there is to it when you're out here on the nose of these trucks, throwing it to the nose, throwing it to the rear like I was. And even getting on one wheel like that, I knew the truck was perfectly balanced, and I had all the time in the world to let it settle down. Worked out for us so far. We got a perfect event going on so far. Man, I'm excited to see where this takes me.
And of course, we're going into halftime. We'll have some freestyle motocross, but then up next for you, the big moment is freestyle. And I know that that's really where you get to show all your moves off at once. Do you think you're going to try anything new today?
I'm definitely going to try some new stuff. I got a couple new tricks up my sleeve that I've been working on all summer. Hopefully I can make it happen, but I love freestyle, man. That's why it's the last competition here at Monster Jam, because we get to come out here and attack this track however we see fit, and it's going to get crazy, guys. If you guys thought that what you've seen so far is wild, I promise you we're not done yet, and we got more to come.
Monster Jam fans, make some noise one more time for your winner, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity.
Monster Jam fans, take a look at the video board. You can see this is live footage coming to you right from our Monster Jam hot pits. Team Gravedigger and other technicians are rolling up their sleeves to work on Weston Anderson's truck. Luckily, they've got this break here coming up for Monster Jam halftime, but they are going to work to make sure that that truck is freestyle ready. We'll have our pit reporter, Lindsay Noble, ready to give us the scoop when we return. But so much action underway already here in our Monster Jam event. 2 competitions down as John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity dominates the competition. But all of that action underway, that means it's time for Monster Jam halftime. We want to encourage you to use this time to get up, check out the concessions, maybe get a drink or a snack, but also make sure you stop by the Monster Jam merchandise stands. We've got the latest Spin Master diecast trucks and so much more. You're going to want to make your way back to your seat, though, because when we return, not only will Lindsay Noble be giving us the halftime pit report brought to you by Northern Tool Equipment, but we are also going to get to see the superstars of freestyle motocross battle it out on the track for the best trick competition. Now only one will be crowned the winner, and you'll help crown them. All of that after Monster Jam halftime. But you've heard from me, you've heard from the drivers. Take a look up at the video board because you might just see a special message from your family and friends.
Monster Jam fans, are you having a good time? Oh, I think you can get louder than that. Are you having a good time? That's what I thought. Make some noise for Nick Hedford. And of course, as our riders are out here warming up their bikes, don't forget to take pictures and videos. That was Josh Hedford with the captain's pose. One more time for Nick Desmond. That is TJ Tiffany. And AJ Rosebrill, your local out of Grays Lake, Illinois. They are really showing off for you, Monster Jam fans. An incredible whip. A lazy boy out of TJ Tiffany. And some backflip action. Back to back. Our riders are going to head back up to the pod here and get ready for some more. You guys are so electric here today, but this is my favorite part of halftime because I get to be the one that tells you, guess what? Hold on, it only gets better. Up next is our best trick competition. You can see our 4 riders are ready to go. What they're gonna do is fly from one side of the arena all the way to the other side and show you their very best trick. Now, don't forget that they have 1 attempt and 1 attempt only. Once they land, you can know that the ribbon boards will go red. That means we need your help at judgeszone.com. Make sure to have those phones out. Make sure they're ready because there is not a second to waste to swipe up or down on that BKT tire and get those scores locked in. Only one of them gets to be the best trick winner here today. But you guys are so electric, I think we can get louder. Make some noise if you're ready for the best trick competition.
Up first, make some noise for your very first rider, Nick Desmond. Nick Desmond is from Norfolk, Massachusetts. He's been riding with Monster Jam for 4 years, but riding dirt bikes for a total of 19 years. Today, he's bringing you his best trick on his Yamaha YZ250.
Make some noise for Nick Desmond. And scoring is now open. He started us off solid with a rock solid up there in the best trick competition. That is a tough trick to start with. It will be tough for his competitors to beat, but it doesn't matter what I think. It matters what you think. Make sure you're scoring now at judgeszone.com.
The score for Nick Desmond is locked in, so let's check it out. The score for your very first rider is an 8.053. That's a solid score for Nick Desmond. Up next, make some noise for TJ Tiffany. TJ Tiffany's from Orlando, Florida. He's an international stunt rider, and he's been a part of some of the highest grossing movies in America, such as Bad Boys for Life and Avengers Endgame. You might even catch him on this season of Outer Banks. Today, he's bringing you his best trick on his KX 450.
Backflip action out of TJ Tiffany out of Orlando, Florida. Did you guys like that backflip? Well, make sure you're scoring now at judgeszone.com. You have about 10 seconds left to get those scores locked in.
TJ Tiffany knew he had to give something big to our Chicagoland fans here, looking to take that high score and top spot away from Nick Desmond. TJ Tiffany's second to go here in the best trick competition. And just like that, your scores are locked in. Nick Desmond currently holds that score to beat. It's an 8.053. The score for TJ Tiffany is Chicagoland at 8.321. We have a new leader. Now your next competitor comes from right down the road from Grays Lake, Illinois. Make some noise for AJ Rosebrill. This Chicagoland native has been riding for 25 years. Not only has he taken his talent across the nation, but he has also ridden in China, serving up some freestyle motocross flair there. He took second place in the best trick competition yesterday. He's bringing you his best trick on his KTM 450.
And go ahead and get your scores in right now for AJ Rosebrill. Gives you guys a backflip. Again, judgeszone.com. Take a look at the replay. Was it faster? Was it higher? Was it overall better than what you saw out of TJ Tiffany? Only time will tell. About 10 seconds left to get those scores locked in.
We've seen it before where sometimes that hometown luck can come into play with those scores. AJ Rosebrill from just down the street in Grays Lake looking to take the lead away from TJ Tiffany, but it's up to you guys to determine if he did enough. In just a few seconds, we'll have those scores officially locked in. And I just got word we have that official score. Let's check it out. The score for AJ Rosebrill is... It's a 7.995, a solid score right now, good enough for third place. Last but not least, one more rider to go. Make some noise for Josh Hedford. Josh Hedford is from Asheville, North Carolina. He's competed in Nitro Circus and Night of Jumps in Europe. He's been riding with Monster Jam for over 4 years, and today brings you his best trick on his Kawasaki 450.
And Josh Hedford with the backflip Indy. Absolutely incredible. There is the replay there. Make sure you guys are scoring right now. You guys have about 15 seconds left. Once again, that code is CHI.
Josh Hedford, final to go in the competition, but proving that pressure does nothing to that young man as he comes out and delivers a gnarly best trick. But we've got your scores locked in. Let's go ahead and check it out. That score to beat right now is held by TJ Tiffany. It's a score of an 8.321. The score for Josh Hedford is... Chicagoland, that means your winner of the best trick competition for the second time this weekend, Josh Hedford.
And our riders are going to go ahead and warm back up their bikes. We're going to get to catch up with Josh Hedford in just a little bit, our best trick winner. But first, are you guys ready for some more? All right, our guys will go ahead and hit the track. But they're telling me they think you can be louder. So make sure to bring the energy for this very next trick. Now, you guys, this is a little bit crazy, but hey, this is a Monster Jam, and these guys are trained professionals. Go ahead and have those cell phones ready. Our riders are on the track. They're going back, to back, to back, to back. Here at Monster Jam, we call that a Monster Jam train, but guess what? They went a step farther. You can see the replay right here. They showed you a whip train, meaning every single rider did hit a whip off of that ramp. But I don't know, I want to see it one more time. If you want to see it one more time, let me hear you say, choo-choo! Here we go. There you have it, our freestyle motocross riders. But I think that I want an encore. I think I want to see it again. But we're going to have to get as loud as we've been all day, Chicagoland. Make some noise if you want to see it again. Well, guys, we've got to give the people what they want. Here we go. One last time this afternoon. It's Nick Hedford, TJ Tiffany, AJ Rosebrill, and Josh Hedford. One more time for your freestyle motocross riders. And in just a moment, we will get to talk to Josh Hedford, your best trick winner. Congratulations, Josh, on another win here this weekend. That's 2 of 2, but you've got 5 events here this weekend to be able to potentially sweep it out. Now, that was absolutely incredible, and I called it a backflip Indy, but it looks like so many steps. There's got to be so many things that you have got to be concentrating on while you're 70 feet in the air.
Really, just kind of focusing on the crowd. That's what gets us pumped up, and the other guys too, throwing down some huge tricks. So you never know, like, really who's going to win. I know AJ just put some new flip levers on his bike, so I didn't know what he was going to throw. But I like the old school Indy flip. It's a fun one.
And what about it makes it even better for you? You know, when you're able to do something like that, pull it off successfully, a successful landing, but you're also hearing this crowd just completely roar and, of course, score you the highest.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like I know you guys are from like the Chicago area, and I know you got like all your football fans and hockey fans and everything, but do we got some Monster Jam fans in here? All right.
And of course, we're going to get into Monster Jam action. But Josh, anyone that wants to be where you are and they want to tell their friends and family that they are a professional motocross rider and that they're sweeping the weekend here in Chicagoland, what is your best advice?
Well, definitely safety first. That's the most important thing. Wear your helmet, your boots, knee pads, elbow pads, whatever gear you can keep on you to protect yourself in case something, you fall over, you get back up, try it again, do better. Make sure you learn from your mistakes and take care of your equipment and yourself, and that'll take care of you in the long run.
Well, congratulations on another win. Monster Jam fans, make some noise for your best trick winner, Josh Hedford.
We've reached the pinnacle of today's event. This is Monster Jam Freestyle. Cynthia Gauthier, Lucas Stabilizer. Right. JudgesZone.com, locking those scores, 20 seconds.
Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer comes out on a mission here in freestyle, determined to leave you with a performance you will not forget. We see this driver get speed throughout that freestyle run. She takes advantage of the entire track, and you can see just by that performance exactly why she's performing on those stadium floors. She's able to hone in on that technicality though during this freestyle run. She pulls off a two-wheel maneuvers in here as well. And as the first to go in freestyle, it is not easy to leave an impression like this one. But Cynthia Gauthier, in my eyes, has absolutely done it. But we're going to find out exactly what you all thought, because that's what it comes down to. The score for Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer is an 8.322. A fantastic way to kick off the freestyle competition and your score to beat.
Monster Jam fans, back here in the pits, and you can tell that Team Megalodon is still working on this Monster Jam truck, but I'm going to take it back a little bit, back to racing. You guys saw where El Toro Loco did have to drop pair, so initially he was supposed to come out first. He ended up having to go the fourth pair, and the issue with that is because that Monster Jam truck was not starting before intros. The reason for that is because of this mag box right here. So this mag box is, of course, going to be one of the most important parts of a Monster Jam truck. Essentially, for a Monster Jam truck to be able to run, it needs air, it needs fuel, and it needs a spark. Now, this is really what's in charge of that spark. So this sends the signal to the spark plugs to make sure that Monster Jam truck is good to go. So we were back here and they were navigating what was going on. Essentially, they were checking multiple components of that Monster Jam truck to see exactly what it was firing back. So they were saying that it did have that RPMs, and what that meant is that they were going to go ahead, point it to this mag box, and go ahead and replace it. So once they replaced it, that truck started good to go. And of course, you saw him go out there for racing.
When you need to replace your windows, choose a company you can trust. Renewal by Andersen's exclusive signature service provides a seamless start-to-finish experience. From design to manufacturing, installation, and beyond, they handle it all, making your project so easy. Scan that QR code today to register to win $10,000 in windows and doors. Looks like our next competitor is coming through that tunnel. Make some noise for John Zimmer in Uproar.
Let's hear for John Zimmer Sr. Uproar. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. 20 seconds. Lock in those scores.
John Zimmer in Uproar out on the track. You can see exactly how he is a veteran of the sport. I mean, we see some major air right there on the Super Glue glued to the action replay. We also see him take advantage of multiple obstacles out on there and even throw in some two-wheel skills. We're going to get to see exactly what you all thought of the run because we've got your scores locked in. The score for John Zimmer in Uproar is a 7.307, a solid score right now, good enough for second place. Next to the track, yesterday's overall event champion, Armando Castro in El Toro Loco.
Let's hear it for Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. 20 seconds on the clock, Rosemont. Let's lock in those scores now.
Armando Castro for Team El Toro Loco takes to the freestyle track. You can see here on the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. You see him launch himself up on the pod, of course, but blowing smoke from that crazy bowl. But we see major control by Armando Castro of this 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck. He's looking to knock out his competitor, Cynthia Gauthier, but your scores and your scores alone will determine exactly where he stands on that leaderboard. And in just a few seconds, just got word. We've got those scores officially locked in. The score for Armando Castro in El Toro Loco is... that's a 6.928 right now. Good enough for third place.
Back here in the back, halfway to a perfect event is John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. And we do have a monitor back here, and you're able to watch your competitors. Right now, you're slotted to go 8th. That's last here in freestyle, and that's a lot of pressure on you to be able to score the highest. You've got to think of the fact that you've got fans scoring up here. Of course, you've got your expert judge taking that into consideration, but it could be a lot of pressure for someone that's going for a perfect event.
Yeah, it definitely can be, but I like to go last. To me, for like a normal driver, maybe they would think that's a lot of pressure. But for me, I like to go last because I get to sit here and watch the track. I get to see what everyone else is doing out there, see what jumps are working, see which ones aren't. Maybe I can plan something better, something new after watching all these guys and girls go.
And, of course, you've got your dad back here as well, John Zimmer in Uproar. And that almost gives you the leg up, right? Because you don't only have you watching, but you've got him watching out for you.
Yeah, I definitely do. I know I got an extra leg up. Dad just hit the track before El Toro Loco out there. He got a good feel on it. His run was going good. He's telling me the track's still a little slick like it was for racing in two-wheel. So taking some of that stuff into consideration, but, man, I'm not slowing down. I'm going to send that thing as high as I can go.
Well, what we know is that yesterday, of course, Weston Anderson stole that away from El Toro Loco's Armando Castro. How do you make sure that that doesn't happen to you?
Just going to have to hit the track hard. Being last like that, you guys have seen what everyone has done. A lot of the crazy stuff have already happened, so I got to pull something out of my sleeve here, try to make something happen out there.
Well, thank you for your insight. Good luck in competition. Monster Jam fans, show some love to John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity.
With 3 trucks having competed in the freestyle competition, here we take a look at the BKT overall event leaderboard. This is exactly where the points boil down because we see John Zimmer Jr. in first place with a total of 16 points. But you can see just 3 points behind him is Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. And now a competition win being 8 total points. You can see that is a tight battle between those top 2. Check out the top 3, living on the edge, Brandon Telichka. But all of this comes down to the freestyle score. Chicagoland, are you ready for more Monster Jam Freestyle? Next to hit the track, make some noise, Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit. Chicagoland, I think she's lining up for the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp.
Let's hear it for Brianna Mahan, Ringling Bailey Circuit. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Lock in those scores right now.
When you are as fierce as a competitor as Brianna Mahan and Ringling Bailey Circuit, you see a little bit of her frustration there up on the big screen. And I do think she did intend to go for that Morgan & Morgan backflip, but I know that if something went wrong, it's with that truck, because Brianna Mahan, when she sets her eyes on a target, that girl goes for it. So a disappointing run for her as a competitor, but we see her out there. She's giving us that sign of broken. We saw a great freestyle run. It may not have been what she planned, but she was out on the track. We saw her hit multiple obstacles, some really big air in that run as well. So take all of that into consideration as you score right now at judgeszone.com. We've got those scores locked in. Let's, with that current score to beat, currently being held by Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer. She's got a score of an 8.322. The score for Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit is... It's a solid score, a 7.170 right now. That's good enough for third place.
What's happening, Monster Jam fans? I'm here now with Corey, and we're going to have some fun here. So, Corey, we're going to play Name That Truck, okay? So let's see on the video board what we have as far as trucks. Naming that Monster Jam truck. Shout it out if you think you know the answer.
Gravedigger.
A little bit louder, Corey.
Gravedigger.
He says it's Gravedigger. Is he right? Gravedigger is on his mind. I believe he is right. High five. Good job, dude. Gravedigger. We call that Name That Monster Jam truck. Yeah.
With 4 trucks already having competed in the freestyle competition, take a look up at the video board as you can see exactly how it plays out. We just put Brianna Mahan and Ringling Bailey Circuit into that third place spot, which does bump Armando Castro and El Toro Loco down to 4th. Currently, the top 2 still stands as Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer. In 2nd place right now to John Zimmer in Uproar. Whoever wants to take away that top spot from Cynthia Gauthier will need a higher score than an 8.3. With 5 more trucks still to go here in the freestyle competition, this entire leaderboard could be shaken up. Chicagoland, are you ready for more Monster Jam Freestyle? Next up, make some noise for Brandon Telichka in Living on the Edge.
Let's hear it for Brandon Toluchka, living on the edge. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Lock in those scores now.
Brandon Toluchka and living on the edge shows off all of his skills here in freestyle. And again, going for the most difficult move out on the track, a Monster Jam bicycle. You see him up on the super glue, glued to the action replay right here, goes into it. Looks like he's going for a sidewall, but a little too much momentum and weight carries him over. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. We've seen it. The winner doesn't always have to end up on 4 BKT tires. We've got your scores officially locked. Let's check it out. The score for Brandon Toluchka in Living on the Edge is a solid score, a 7.272 right now. That's good enough for third place.
Thanks, Keaton. Back in the back, of course, Megalodon had been being worked on for quite a bit of time. You don't typically see that forward inner axle. Right now, I'm joined by Bryce Toluchka, of course, her brother, and of course, part of the crew. Now, Bryce, talk to us about what the complication was, what the holdup was, and all you guys had to do.
Yeah, so since it was an inner axle, we had to pull the other side apart because with the broken part, it doesn't come out when you just grab it and pull. So we pulled the other side apart, and we pounded it out, but a part fell in the third member, and we had to pull the third member out so it wouldn't break the third member.
And of course, the third member is sort of the center of that housing. We oftentimes, you'll hear us call it a pumpkin. But talk to us about why it's such an important part of that Monster Jam truck.
Yeah, so the third member actually drives the whole front end of the truck. So if the third member goes out, it could possibly lock up the whole truck.
Thank you so much for your insight. And of course, it sounds like she is just about ready to go. She's up there behind the wheel. She's all strapped in. So in just a little bit, you'll get to see Michaela Toluchka in Megalodon.
Next up, Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. Chicagoland, I think he's headed for the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp.
Weston Anderson, everybody. Gravedigger. Judgeszone.com. Scoring is open. Lock in those scores, Rosemont.
Chicagoland, Weston Anderson sharpens his shovel, prepared to dig the grave for the rest of the competition. Check it out now in case you blinked and missed it. The super glue glued to the action replay captures that Morgan & Morgan backflip perfectly. I've said it before, maybe he doesn't end on 4 tires, but he delivers a freestyle run like that. That just might be enough to take that top spot. Chicagoland, you sound electric. We'll see right now if the scores reflect it. We've got that current score to beat in freestyle right now, held by Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer. She's got a score of an 8.322. The score for Weston Anderson in Gravedigger is Chicagoland at 8.845. We have a new leader.
Monster Jam fans, time for us to have a little bit of fun here in the stands. We're going to play a little bit of karaoke. We'll see how much you guys know. Sing along once the music plays. Let's see what we got. Sweet care, Rosemont.
Chicagoland, a fantastic job. You know the song. I know we do here in Chicagoland. But check it out with the freestyle competition. Still 2 trucks to come. And Weston Anderson in Gravedigger takes over that top spot, moving Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer to second place. That driver, we've got 2 left. If they want to take over that top spot, they are going to need a score higher than an 8.8. But you can see John Zimmer in Uproar currently in 3rd place. Brandon Telichka living on the edge holds out that 4th place spot with Brianna Mahan and Ringling Bailey Circuit currently in 5th, and Armando Castro El Toro Loco currently in 6th place. 2 trucks to go. Anything could happen. This freestyle leaderboard could be completely shaken up.
Monster Jam fans, it's time for us to have a little bit of fun. We're going to do something old-fashioned. We're going to do the wave, all right? I need everybody to start in this section. We're going to go all the way around, over here, all the way around. You ready? 3, 2, 1, right here, go! Oh, keep it going. Bigger waves. Coming back around. I need a much bigger wave this time. Come on, Rosemont, show me what you got. Wipe out. Thanks so much. That was so much fun, guys. We love doing the wave. Y'all are keeping it going. I know. We're going to make it all the way around. Come on, 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 come on. You guys ready for more Monster Jam? Come on, Rosemont! Michaela Telechka in Megalodon. Scoring's open 20 seconds. Lock in those scores now.
Michaela Telechka in Megalodon makes a cinematic return. Her team worked tirelessly to get that truck ready, and she delivered with that freestyle run. No better way to welcome her to the track than that wave from Chicagoland. But right now, she's doing it all for you. We've got the scores officially locked. The score for Michaela Telechka in Megalodon is a solid score, a 7.022. Right now, good enough for 6th place. Your final competitor ready to hit the track. He's looking for a perfect event. Make some noise for John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity.
John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Lock in those scores, Rosemont.
John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity, I think with the biggest air we've seen all night. Check it out on the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. He knows with 2 competition wins already under his belt that a killer freestyle run is exactly what he needs to hopefully take home that trophy. But he's up against some tough competition. So you see him adding in those 2-wheel combos. You see him adding in everything he can. It's all for your scores. That current score to beat right now is held by Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. It's a score of an 8.845. The score for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity is an 8.652, a solid score, which means your winner of the freestyle competition is Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. Weston Anderson in Gravedigger with that freestyle win adds 8 points to his overall score, but was it enough? Your overall event champion here today earned 8 points in both the JCB Racing competition and the 2-wheel skills challenge. 7 points in the freestyle competition with an overall total of 23 points. Your overall event champion is John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity takes home that overall event champion win for the 36th time so far this year.
And I'll go ahead and hand you the hardware. A perfect event here today in Chicagoland. That means that you were able to win every single competition. You were able to be out here and get overall event championship. And, you know, Weston Anderson actually did end up getting freestyle, so we will talk to him. But you were halfway to a perfect event and still finishing out up top. So when you talk about the fact that you put so much effort behind the scenes, what makes this moment worth it?
It makes it all the work at the back of the shop, all the long hours that my crew and I have, makes it all worth it to be up here standing holding this trophy in front of you fans. I had such an amazing time this afternoon, getting to watch all my fellow drivers come out here and throw it down. Weston with a huge backflip to crash right there. I know that's what the fans love to see. We all love a good crash, and so do I. So, man, his freestyle run was off the hook. I knew I had my work cut out for me, but, hey, points is points. Competition here, we're pretty good.
And of course, you were able to do it here, but we have 3 more opportunities here in Chicagoland. And I know that you just come back with a vengeance every single time. Is there anything you're going to be doing differently? Any adjustments you're going to make? I could tell that there were some issues with the steering.
I'm just going to get the truck in the back there, make sure it's 100% to go, make sure my dad's truck's good to go, and then when we come back and keep swinging even harder. You fans drive us to drive our trucks as hard as we can, because without you guys, we wouldn't be out here having fun with you guys on this afternoon. We got 3 more this weekend, 1 tonight. We would love to see you guys again, but if not, thank you guys for spending your afternoon with us. We love each and every one of you. We'll see you at the next one. Thank you guys.
And of course, that was your overall event champion, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. But we cannot get out of here without hearing from your freestyle winner, Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. Weston, congratulations on grabbing that freestyle win. And it seems to be you that makes it possible for our drivers to be able to walk away with that perfect championship. Now, what about this freestyle run made it for you?
You know, honestly, in my opinion, John Zimmer Jr., that was yours, buddy. That was not mine. That backflip was awesome. I would have understood if I would have landed it in 1, but I hate to go out here like that, crash the truck as much as I did, and then someone come out here and run as hard as they did and finish right behind us. So, in my opinion, John Zimmer Jr., that was yours, buddy.
Any lasting words for our Monster Jam fans?
All I got to say is, Rosemont, every single time I've been here, you guys have been electric. Thank you guys for that. I've been here 3 years out of my 4-year career, and you guys are what makes us drive these trucks like we do, man. I thank you guys for supporting me and my family for 44 years, and you know what? We're going to go for 44 more in old Gravedigger.
A big congratulations to our overall event champion, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. We want to give a big thank you for all of the fans who joined us right here in the Allstate Arena as we kicked off our 2nd event here as Monster Jam takes over Chicagoland. And on your way out, we want to encourage you to stop at our Monster Jam merchandise stand so you can take the latest Spin Master diecast home with you, a perfect way to remember the day. But whether you were right here in the arena or tuned in on our live stream, we would not have been able to do this event without you. On behalf of my entire team, Jabari Thomas, Lindsay Noble, my name is Keaton Stewart, and we'll see you at the next Monster Jam.